Mr. Anderson to Aces and Eights? What the fuck? Where have they come up with this? Man, it's Delzinski here, and I touched on it a little bit in my last Impact review, but what is going on? What in the hell? Who has written this? Who's come up with this? It's ridiculous. Now, I know in my last episode I was pretty pissed off with the last episode of Impact, and I said it was a poor episode, but this, with Mr. Anderson, sort of takes the biscuit. Why? I just want to sort of talk a little bit about why. Why would someone want to join the Aces and Eights who basically got taken out by them over a month ago? They tried to end his career. You just wouldn't do it. And I find that is a really poor storyline. And I think to myself, why would they have chosen to do this? Why have Impact, why have TNA decided to throw Anderson in with the Aces and Eights? And I can only think it's because they have nothing for him right now. They have nothing for him to challenge for. The TV titles with Devon, maybe he could have come back and sort of challenged for that. But I suppose Joe's filling that slot, so there's nothing for Anderson there. World title frame is busy with Aries and Rude, so there's nothing for Anderson there. He's an arsehole, so he can't have a tag team partner, so there's nothing for him there. So the only alternative was to throw him in with the Aces and Eights, which is great if he hadn't been taken out a few weeks ago or a month ago. You just wouldn't join this faction. If you or me were wiped out by a gang, would we join them? Probably not. Unless they were paying me a lot of money, maybe. But it just doesn't make sense. And I want to touch on the continuity side of this. Now, TNA, how are they going to get away with this? In the clubhouse, when Anderson was having his talk, the persuasiveness was to have two girls hanging around with Mr. Anderson. And we all know what that was going to mean. But Mr. Anderson is a married man. And I can't understand, maybe I'm being a bit of a mark here, but I can't understand how a guy that's married is going to be persuaded by these two girls. Especially when you consider that before, TNA have related to real life. And with the AJ Styles storyline with Claire Lynch, they related to real life, that he had a family, he had kids. Now, they've completely forgotten all that with Mr. Anderson. He's got a family. But no, he'll be persuaded by a couple of girls. Yeah, that's of course he will. Doesn't work. Again, does not work. And as I've said before, why are these young girls being persuaded by these fat, sweaty old men of the Aces and Eights? I like the Aces and Eights as a storyline, but these silly little things with bringing the girls in the clubhouse, yeah, I just don't like it. So, where does Anderson go from here? Do you think he's going to join the Aces and Eights? Do you think he's going to help them out? Or do you think he's maybe on the side of Hogan and he's just being sent in there as a bit of a spy? Do you think he's going to blame Hogan? That's why he's going to join the Aces and Eights for not getting a fair push. Because he's sort of been in and out of the world title frame, but he's never really been that heavily involved. And particularly now with Aries and Rude, he hasn't really got a chance. Let me know what you guys think. I'm personally not an Anderson fan anymore. I used to like him when he was Mr. Kennedy in WWE. I liked him when he first joined TNA. But since he developed this whole arsehole storyline, arsehole gimmick, it just doesn't work for me. I don't find it entertaining. I don't really find anything that he does entertaining anymore. I was excited when he was first going to join TNA, but that has just pittered away. So, let me know what you guys think of the Anderson to Aces and Eights storyline. Do you think he's going to go there? Do you think he's maybe a spy? How do you think it's going to progress? Do you think it's a good move for Mr. Anderson? Do you like Mr. Anderson? Let me know. But I'm overall delusioned by this storyline. No way does someone join a faction if they were taken out by that faction over a month ago. So, please rate, comment and subscribe. Let me know what you think. This is Delzinski, and hopefully 2013 we can get TNA back on track.